are they? Without realizing they have been there, behind the scenes, and on the front lines. Who is, are they? This they is the good guys, the American Red Cross. The American Red Cross of Southeastern Ohio has been celebrating 100 years. This is their 100th year of serving Southeastern Ohio. We have a lot to be thankful for. This particular episode of Sojourners Along the Way was actually captured, recorded over a period of time, several months actually. So it's been done throughout 2017, and we say hats off to the American Red Cross. We want you to know, we want to set the record straight, because recently I've been hearing some negativity about the American Red Cross. People were asking, well, where are they? Regarding what happened with Harvey. They were there. In fact, I personally met someone who went from Athens, Ohio to Texas to help in Harvey. And the person or the people that have been saying negative things about the American Red Cross, my question would be, what did you do? Did you go out of your way to help somebody? The person that I met, she actually wound up being in danger herself and had to be rescued because she was in the thick of things. That's where the person I met was. And like I said, there were two people from Athens, Ohio, who went to Texas to help. The American Red Cross is a behind-the-scenes person. They're not first responders, but they are there. And as Jane, or Kathy, whichever hat she happens to be wearing that particular day, said that the American Red Cross is the best part of somebody's worst day. You will see in this program how the American Red Cross has helped a number of people right here in Athens County, southeastern Ohio. Before we get to the program, I'd like to ask you, what would you like to see Sojourners Along the Way cover? You can have the opportunity to participate in a program. You can have the opportunity to give ideas of events or something of interest to you. I really want Sojourners Along the Way to be a program that the people want. What are you interested in? And the only way for me to know that is if you contact Sojourners Along the Way. Our address is Sojourners Along the Way, 507 Richland Avenue, Suite 100, care of ACTV, Athens, ATHENS, Ohio, 45701, and our phone number is 740-592-2529. And if you do want to speak with me and I happen not to be here, I'll ask, please call back. Please do not leave a message, okay? And I am here at all different hours, so you just never know when I will be in here. But I really would encourage you to contact either through the mail or through email. And the email address is sojourners.tv@gmail.com. And again, Sojourners. I hope you all are learning how to spell Sojourners. That is spelled SOJOURNERS. So the email address is sojourners3.tv@gmail.com. And I really do encourage you. I would like to hear from you. What have you liked? What types of programs have you liked? What would you like more of? Or if there's a topic that we have not yet covered, I'm interested in that too. So please do contact us and let us know what your druthers are, as we used to say in New Jersey. This program, again, is focusing on the American Red Cross, and as you can see, I have some visitors with me. and I would like you to greet them. And this one, this little dudette is rather special. I don't know, let's see if we can focus. Can we do a zoom in on that? Okay, good. So please remember that. And the American Red Cross really needs a lot of volunteers, and people do wear more than one hat. I did mention that about Jane, Kathy, but this little dude becomes another little dude right here, if I can get the hat to cooperate. What do you think? Please remember that help can't wait. That help is needed. Sorry, little. Are you a guy or are you a gal? Male, female? All right. Say hello to everybody, would you please? Thank you very much. And you know what? That can be you. The American Red Cross needs volunteers. They count on volunteers, and I want to put in a plug that nowadays we really have to get back to our roots in the United States. The United States was originally founded upon volunteerism, but it's kind of gotten out of the limelight, and it's become meism now. What can I get? What can you do for me? And instead of asking what can be done for you, how about asking the question, what can I do? And one of the things that the American Red Cross is known for is for collecting blood. I used to donate just once in a while because I have A negative blood and I want to be able to donate whenever there's a need. But I found out every 2 seconds there's a need for blood. And to motivate you, which shouldn't be the motivation, but the American Red Cross has offered some gifts. I like this one. Give the perfect gift. One size can fit all. And that you can get other things also. But again, it's not about giving. Learning what you can do will make you feel better. Please enjoy. Oh, and I want to include, did you know that the American Red Cross actually has an official song? I didn't, not until I was doing this program and doing some research for it. But there is, and this program uses that song several times. It uses it to show you a list of 100 things that were done during the past 100 years for Southeast Ohio American Red Cross, and also giving you the full official song with the visuals that they created for the song. I hope you will enjoy the song. Also, the Southeastern Ohio American Red Cross received recognition by our Congress. And so I would like to add to that there is a congressional commendation, and that we want to say a big thank you to Southeastern Ohio American Red Cross. Please enjoy the program.
When you're cold and tired and hungry, when you need a helping hand, we're the ones that want to find you, bring your hopes to life again. If the world falls down around you, leaving marks upon your soul, we will help you find some comfort, lift you up and make you whole. The American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross. When our servicemen are lonely for their family in the States, we'll be there with friendly words, help to share that lonely weight. We're the ones who ride to rescue one else will go. Keep you safe from all that harms you, pick you up and take you home. The American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, binds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross, on land, the sea, and air, you would always find us there, making tiny miracles, showing how we care. American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross.
Hi, I'm Jackie and I just do blood.
Jackie, would you please explain what you do? Because saying you just do blood, that sounds like you're a vampire.
Well, I actually work for the American Red Cross Blood Program here in Athens County. I help educate, promote, and coordinate blood drives throughout the county.
And what does that mean?
I work with the local folks here to collect life-saving blood because every 2 seconds in the United States, someone is going to receive life-saving blood.
Every 2 seconds?
I know, every 2 seconds, it's very unreal, but that is what it is, every 2 seconds. We need at least 800 blood drivers in Central Ohio, blood donors here in Central Ohio blood region to help us reach that goal, to help those folks.
Why do they need so much blood?
Well, blood cannot be manufactured. It can only be given by another human being. And so that's why I'm here to promote the blood program.
Okay. Now, I heard that there are some considerations regarding who can and who cannot donate. Would you please elaborate upon that and explain? Because I want to include I want to encourage our viewing audience to donate.
Right. Well, we do have some prerequisites just to make sure that we have a safe blood inventory for the people who receive the blood. So we do have some questions that we do ask when you come to the blood drive. Also in redcrossblood.org, you could go there and find the questions and just some prerequisites that we do need. You have to be a healthy individual, weigh 110 pounds, and be in good health that day. So you can't have a cough or be sick or be on an antibiotic. But you can be diabetic, have high cholesterol, and high blood pressure in order to donate. Those are all fine, but you need to stay on your medication. That'll be fine for you to donate. If you are 16, you will need a parent's consent form filled out. 17 and above in the state of Ohio, you can donate.
Jackie, since you just do blood, would you please explain to us what happens after the blood is collected?
After we collect your unit of blood, it's taken back to our lab and it's separated into 3 different components: red blood cells, plasma, and platelets. When you donate, you also fill some tubes when you're donating. Those tubes are sent to our Toledo office and they are run through very rigorous testing. So after your blood has been cleared from all the testing and it's safe to go into the inventory, then your red blood cells, plasma, and platelets will be sent to any hospital here in Central Ohio blood region to be distributed.
Okay.
You have to edit that.
Now, before, when you were talking about the people that could donate, I've done a number of programs on health, and so I know that there are a lot of people in southeastern Ohio who should be fighting diabetes. But you said that people with diabetes could donate. At one point, wasn't that not permissible? Can you let people know, yes, if you have diabetes, it's okay?
Sure, yes. I think probably way back in the day, it might have been something that people did not donate because they were diabetic. Today, if you're diabetic, it is totally fine to donate. You just make sure you take your medication before you come in to donate. Also, again, if you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, you're totally fine to donate. With piercings and tattoos, as long as they were done in a licensed establishment, you can come in and donate the next day.
The next day?
The next day, yep.
Wow.
Yep. So, and a lot of this information too, if you want to go to redcrossblood.org, is on there. Also, it's really great to download our blood app. If you download our blood app and then schedule your appointment with the app, you can actually do a blood journey. So you will be on a journey with your blood donation from the time you donate until the hospital that it's distributed to.
I think that would be great. Now, I did donate, and I would love to find out where the blood's going to. You're saying that you can actually know where the blood is going.
The last time I donated, you'll get a text while you're donating, thanking you for your donation. And then the next day, you'll get a text letting you know that the blood has been tested at that time. The next day, you'll get a text letting you know that your blood is safe and it's entering the inventory. And then I would say maybe like a week or two, then you'll get a text and it'll tell you what hospital. My last donation went to Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun to know. Okay, viewing audience, please stop being the viewing audience and come on, donate some blood. Every 2 seconds, somebody needs blood. And you can do something about that. Any final words you'd like to give?
No, I just encourage everybody to come out and be a blood donor or be a blood volunteer. We need them both.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
I also have another guest with me, and I would like to have her introduce herself. Oh, and Jackie, what is your full name, please?
Jackie Mishler.
Mishler. Now, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, what would you tell them? How?
They can contact me through my cell phone, 614-204-5408, or they can call the local chapter here in Athens.
What about for those that are savvy on the internet?
Yes, they can go to jackie.mishler@redcross.org, and they can also go to redcrossblood.org too.
And how do you spell your name, please?
JACKIE.MISHLER.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
When you're cold and tired and hungry, when you need a helping hand, we're the ones that want to find you, bring your hopes to life again. If the world falls down around you, leaving marks upon your soul, we will help you find some comfort, lift you up and make you whole. The American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross. When our servicemen are lonely for their family in the States, we'll be there with friendly words, help to share that lonely weight. We're the ones who ride to rescue when no one else will go, keep you safe from all that harms you, pick you up and take you home. The American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, binds the hurt and finds the lost. tiny miracles showing how we care. American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross.
Hi, I'm Jane Patton, Executive Coordinator for the American Red Cross of Southeast Ohio. Primarily, my office is in Athens, and I'm very excited to announce that 2017 is our centennial celebration. For the entire year, we'll be celebrating everything that the Red Cross has done for Athens. We've been busy going over all of our history, and we've learned a great deal. For example, Greta Moeller was our very first volunteer, and we have her story. She was a gray lady. She used to run down to the Union Street station whenever the trains came by with knitted hats and gloves and pass those out to the soldiers who were going to the front lines. For the past 100 years, the American Red Cross of Southeast Ohio has served everyone in Athens County. We have wonderful volunteers, and this year we would like to really showcase what we do. We would like to use this opportunity to increase our volunteer staff, to make everyone aware of all of our services, things like disaster, blood donations, health and safety classes, and just all the things that the Red Cross does, including aid to military families. We help military personnel, but also their families when they're deployed. If anyone has an emergency while their family member is deployed and they need to get a hold of them, you go through the Red Cross. Many people don't know that, but we still do that, as we have for the past 100 years. Many people also do not know that the Red Cross does not receive money from the government. We earn all of our own money through donations, fundraising events, grants, United Way programs, just things like that. So we really need the help of the community to keep doing what we do. We like to say we are the best part of someone's worst day. So that was quite evident recently when we had the big fire at the Carriage Hill Apartments. Many families were displaced. The Red Cross showed up and helped those families, placing them so that they had shelter and food and everything they needed to get by. That's what we do, whether it be a flood, fire, power outage. The Red Cross has been there and will be there for the next 100 years. One thing that we are promoting is our Centennial Club. It's a way for everyone to get involved and ensure that we keep doing what we do. We're asking for a gift of $100. That is $1 for each year that we have served Athens County. And we have a nice beginning to that club, several members, but we're looking for many more. And all you have to do is write a check, cash, credit card, and you don't even have to give it all at once.
Now, you said a lot of things, but let's start with contact information. How can somebody get a hold of you? And if you would give phone numbers and email, and then I have more questions.
Sure. We are located at 100 South May Avenue here in Athens. Our phone number is 740-593-5273. And to reach me, my email address is Kathy, Kathy, .Patton @redcross.org.
And how do you spell Patton?
Patton.
And now you introduced yourself as being Jane, and now your email is Kathy. So, audience, please know she wears more than one hat. Some days she's Kathy, and some days she's Jane. But we have to send emails to Kathy. And how do you spell Kathy?
Kathy with a K, Kathy.
Okay. All right. So please, those of you that are computer savvy, please get in touch with the Red Cross. 100 years is, and I like that your address here on May is 100. That's kind of a fun thing. But there's a lot that people can do. You mentioned about volunteering. Would you tell people how they can volunteer? What kinds of things do you need?
Well, we have everyone who is here, besides me, is a volunteer. So any job there is an unpaid volunteer. And that includes people who work in the office. That includes people who work at the blood drives. That includes people who represent us in the community, whether it be a children's program, an adult program, a senior citizen program. Those are all done by volunteers. And of course, disaster. These people who go out when we have fires and that sort of thing, those are all volunteers. So there are many opportunities. What we like to do is match people up with what their interests are and what they enjoy doing. So the best thing to do is come into the office and talk to one of us about what is available, and then we just go from there and match you with what you're the most comfortable with.
Now, you mentioned office. Would you elaborate upon that? What kinds of things are done in the office?
Well, it's answering the phone, and after that, greeting people who come in. And then we just have little projects. They kind of change from day to day. Some days it's a little chaotic and crazy, and some days it's a little boring, but it doesn't matter. We need people in here. We need people to answer the phone and to greet people and give out information. And we have another fundraising event in November, and it's called Hometown Heroes. This is I believe this is our 9th Hometown Heroes breakfast coming up. It's at the Athens Community Center, November 14th. It is a breakfast, so it's kind of early. It starts at 7 a.m. Breakfast will be served, and then at 8 o'clock the program begins. What we do is honor local people who have done something outstanding, something that someone considers them to be a hero. We have different categories. So how it works is people in the community nominate in each of the categories. They send in a nomination form and a letter just saying why this person should be considered a hero. And then someone is chosen in each category, and we honor them at the breakfast. It's very uplifting, a very positive event, and one we look forward to every year. And we can take nominations anytime. So if you think you know someone who should be considered a hero, you can do that letter and send it in to the office at 100 South May Avenue, or you can just send it by email to me at kathy.patton @redcross.org, or stop in, give us a call for more information at 740-593-5273.
Thank you. Jackie, now you mentioned that you just do blood, and we determined that you were referring to blood drives that the American Red Cross does, and specifically in southeastern Ohio, Athens, Ohio. And then Jane talked about a need for volunteers. What about for the blood drives? Is there a need for volunteers?
Definitely. We always need volunteers at our blood drives. It's so important. When you come to a blood drive, to feel comfortable when you walk up to the registration and have a volunteer greet you. They walk you through that registration process, have you register on the laptop, hand you your information to read, let you know where to sit, offer you a bottle of water. So that's so important. The other volunteer position at a blood drive is for this snack area. It's very important. We always have a volunteer in the snack area. If somebody's maybe not going to feel that great after they donate, that's where it's going to happen. And so we need a volunteer there at all times to watch over our donors.
Now, what about volunteers and the drawing of blood? Let's be clear about that.
Well, yes, those are paid trained staff. Our staff, our collection staff, goes through a very rigorous 3-month training period. We are very regulated by the FDA. So we really have just a few positions that that you can do as a volunteer at a blood drive. Another position which is really good is our social butterfly. Our social butterfly goes around, makes the donors feel comfortable as they're donating. Some donors can get very anxious as they donate. So to have somebody stand there and talk to you while you're donating really, really helps.
So, sounds like anybody could really do these things, right?
Oh,
Do you have guidelines, ages, prefer male, female?
no, male, female are fine. There are no guidelines. We do have a small training program that we ask our volunteers to go through, and really it's just a learning process of the American Red Cross. So that's about it. Just contact the Athens chapter in order to volunteer for blood services.
Okay, and I'm big on getting contact information out, so would you give that again, please?
Sure, you can contact me at jackie.mishler@redcross.org. It's JACKIE.MISHLER, or you can call or text me at 614-204-5408.
And just to make sure, that's your work phone number, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so no social calls on this line.
Never.
Oh,
Right.
of course. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When you're cold and tired and hungry, when you need a helping hand, we're the ones that want to find you, bring your hopes to life again. If the world falls down around you, leaving marks upon your soul, we will help you find some comfort, lift you up and make you whole. The American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross. When our servicemen are lonely for their family in the States, we'll be there with friendly words, help to share that lonely weight. We're the ones who ride to rescue when no one else will go, keep you safe from all that harms you, pick you up and take you home. The American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross. On land and sea and air, you would always find us there, making tiny miracles, showing how we care. American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor
name is Sharon Horrell, and I'm a volunteer with the Red Cross in Athens County. I've been doing this for 30 plus years in disaster services, enjoyed it immensely, and could recommend to anyone and everyone that they come out and give it a try. Today I am dressed up as a gray lady since our chapter is celebrating 100 years of existence, and the gray ladies were functional, I think at the end of World War I, don't quote me, up until about the mid-50s, and they did, as I understand it, non-medical duties in hospitals. They read to the soldiers, they wrote letters for them, they played board games. It was just kind of a companionship. Some years ago, we had 3 of these uniforms donated by a local man, Gary Rothwell, and we had them on models for a while, and then they were in a closet. Our director kind of resurrected them a couple weeks ago, and she asked me if I could get into one, and lo and behold, one of them fit, so here I am. And my line is, I came into this organization as a blonde volunteer, and now I are a gray lady.
Okay, Sharon, would you please explain some of the things that you have done? And we are in the disaster room where this is being recorded, and explain what that means.
Disaster services is a service that's provided to individuals who have experienced, in this area generally, it's fire or flood. In the past, we've had some tremendous floods that we've gone out and literally helped folks kind of rebuild. The flooding seems to have abated somewhat with the river relocation, but fires are still always a concern, and very obvious with the recent apartment fire and the wide expanse of people that were affected. We are able to help them financially, which gets them a place to stay and some fresh clothes and something to eat.
And what you're referring to is what has happened in Carriage Hill. That happened right before this taping.
That's right.
So would you like to give us a little bit of information? You know, how many families or individuals were affected by that?
I did not go out to that scene, but I believe there were probably a little over 40 that were affected, and I believe out of that there were 22 cases that were opened.
And so you provided, not you personally, of course,
Right.
but the American Red Cross in Athens provided places for people to stay. Will they have to relocate? Do you know what the plans are?
I don't know what the plan is. Ohio University has cooperated tremendously. Sometimes they are able to open dormitory rooms for temporary housing. I think the management of the apartment complex is looking for vacant units where folks can stay, and I'm sure there'll be some that will leave the area. That's just how it works.
Now, you said you've been a volunteer for 30 years. In your 30 years' time, I'm sure you have lots of experiences. How about telling us some of your stories? What's your most memorable one?
You know, I think the one that probably touched me the most was several years ago. It was January and it was ice cold. A friend and I and my husband went out to a fire in the northern part of the county. It was so cold they had to call in an ODOT truck to put salt down so the fire trucks could get in. We had to cross a little footbridge to get to the house. And while we were there, the gentleman who lived there was, of course, watching this whole saga unfold. And we went over to another little building. My friend, a volunteer with me, was dressed warmly, obviously. But we realized that the man was shivering and wasn't dressed as warm as he could have been. And she peeled out of a sweater and gave it to him. And when we left, he was trying to give it back, and she said, "No, no, you keep it. I've got a drawer full." He came in a couple of weeks later and made the comment that he'd always heard that people would give them the shirt off their back, and she did. So it was one of those grabbers.
That is tremendous.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that there are people like that.
People are very, very grateful.
How about the worst disaster that you've ever seen?
I think all of them are bad because it's
disaster.
It's
Yeah.
a disaster, and it's someone's possessions.
Yeah.
Maybe there were bad ones, and maybe I've just kind of eliminated them from my memory, but I don't have a recollection of an awful experience.
Okay. Do you have an idea of how many fires are there per year? And maybe we can turn this into, to help prevent fires, do these things.
You know, I'm sorry to say I don't have the statistics on it. There are, I'm guessing perhaps 40 plus a year.
A year? 40? No, that's more than one a month. I mean, that's more,
Sometimes.
yeah, that's almost like
Yeah.
2 a month.
Yeah.
That's horrible. So, now, viewing audience, you have to realize that this is spontaneous. This was not pre-arranged, which is what I typically do when I am recording programs. My guest and I have discussed our topic and everything, so Sharon has been very, very cooperative, and she's being put on the spot. Okay? But do you have ideas? What can people do to make their homes fireproof?
Red Cross provides a lot of information on safety and how you can double check your home, practices that you can employ. There's even currently a smoke alarm program. If you need a smoke alarm in your house, you call the Red Cross and one will be installed, or perhaps more than one. And they'll work with the families on an evacuation plan, how to get out of the house, where to go.
Okay.
Good program.
What I will do is to give contact information, phone numbers, website for the American Red Cross. And the American Red Cross in Athens physically is located on South May, Athens.
100 South May, the old electric company building.
The AEP building.
AEP.
Yes. So hopefully, audience, if you need a smoke alarm, don't let that stop you from getting one, please. Let that encourage you. 40 fires a year is a lot for the size of Athens County to be hit with. And there are things that can be done to prevent it, such as get a smoke alarm detector. Is there something else you would like to add?
If they would like to call, phone number is 740-593-5273.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
When you're cold and tired and hungry, when you need a helping hand, we're the ones that want to find you, bring your hopes to life again. If the world falls down around you, leaving marks upon your soul, we will help you find some comfort, lift you up and make you whole. The American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross. When our servicemen are lonely for their family in the States, we'll be there with friendly words, help to share that lonely weight. We're the ones who ride to rescue when no one else will go, keep you safe from all that harms you, pick you up and take you home. The American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, binds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross. On land and sea and air, you would always find us there, making tiny miracles, showing how we care. American Red Cross, like a beacon in the night, opens up the darkness and helps you reach the light. The American Red Cross, we're your neighbor and your friend, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross, finds the hurt and finds the lost. The American Red Cross.
To your everything in here that could possibly have blood in it. So all these little barcodes have all your information on them, and then we just scan them to make sure that they do come up as they should, and they are linked to you.
Why do you have so many bags?
When they get it back to the lab, they're going to run it through this leukoreduction filter, and then they're going to separate it out into the other bags. That'll be platelets, plasma, and red cells, and that's how you can save up to 3 lives with one donation.
So one donation can save 3 lives. Would you explain what those 3 things are that you just said?
Red cells deliver oxygen and nutrients to the rest of the cells of your body. Platelets are the clotting factors part of your blood, and the plasma is the liquid part of your blood. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to put some pressure up, and I'm going to find a vein and mark it. I want you to squeeze for me 3 good times. The 3rd time, I want you to hold it. We're just going to feel across your arm and make sure. Is this the arm you usually always donate out of?
Yes. Are you good at finding veins?
Typically.
Good. Some people have trouble.
Find different types of veins. There are many of us here at the Red Cross many of us here at the Red Cross that's just we're better at different types of veins than others. And that just depends on the background of where we came from.
What kind of veins? You said there are different kind of veins?
Big veins, small veins, side veins, all different kinds of veins. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clean the area. So you're not allergic to platelets or plasma. I mean, you're not allergic to betadine or
I hope not. As far as I know, no.
So what we're
That's a big square.
Well, we want it to be bigger than the 2x2 that we use to cover it up with. So we're going to just kill the surface bacteria on this part of your arm. I know. And I know you need your surface bacteria also, but we don't want it to go in with the needle because then it becomes something other than surface bacteria. When you put it on the inside, so we're just going to get rid of it.
No more of that. Good at scrubbing.
We're supposed to do this for about 30 seconds. Typically, most all of us will do it for about 35. That way we can just make sure that we next 21 goes 37. And do something. Look at our clock running. I know it seems like a long time, but
That's okay. I do know it's closer to a minute than 30 seconds, though.
it's supposed to be 30 seconds, but we typically do 35. Now the second scrub, same thing. The only difference is that we're going to go in a little circular motion here. That way if anything survived, we're going to push it to the outside of that square so that it won't be in the scrub area, in the area where we're going to put that needle out on. And then we're going to let it dry for about 30 seconds. Alright, now I'm going to pump your pressure back up a little bit here. And just like before, I'll have you squeeze 3 times. Third time, I want you to hold in on that squeeze. And then we're going to put the needle in. And
According to the American Red Cross, you're not allowed to see the stick. Close your eyes.
Okay, ready? Tossing in a stick. Here we go. And then I just want you to do nice in and out squeezes for me every few seconds.
Okay, now you can open your eyes.
And then I put you up on your needle guard. And then we tape it down inside the needle guard like that. Put that on top. And then I'm just releasing your pressure down to where there's just a little bit of pressure on your arm. And then I'll have you just keep doing the in and out squeezes every 3 to 5 seconds just to keep the flow going. And can you tell me how you feel?
I'm fine.
Alright, can you verify your name for me?
My name did not change from the beginning of taking this until now. It's still Patricia.
Thank you. And we try not to do that to annoy you. It's just to make sure that our barcodes scan properly.
That's good.
Sometimes if you get one that's folded over, it'll scan wrong and actually come up with someone else's name.
That would not be nice.
So now all we're going to do is we're going to fill the tubes for sampling.
Can you get the tubes? And what kind of things do they sample?
They sample for all the hepatitis, HIV. There's actually a list in the book and the pre-reading materials that you read.
How much blood do you need for that?
For the sample tests,
Yeah.
it's not very much. It ends up being, I think, I'm not 100% positive on how much it is. It's just a few milliliters. And then we mix up the tubes because some of them have the clotting things in the bottom of the tubes, and we want to make sure that that gets mixed in. So we'll just do that 10 times, and then we're just going to flip here so we have an added clamp. you get back into the line, all the way up to the bag. And then we put our clamp on it here. We mixed in what we dripped into the bag to make sure that it gets the anticoagulant with it also.
You want to ask me my name again?
No, I don't need your name again because it's already up on our screen. So now I'm going to just make sure all these bags are linked to you. So I scan them, and then if one should come up something wrong with the barcode, or even if it scanned a barcode below it, that'll tell me right there that something was wrong. Then we scan each of your tubes, so every bag and every tube is scanned to make sure it belongs to you. That helps link all the test results and everything to you.
Oh, you missed it. They have this neat little thing over here. It's like a ticker tape. And it took out, what is that, my name again?
Yep, it's another barcode. It has your name and all the information about your draw times, when it was started, and that you draw. Okay, it has
And I was not squeezing that thing because I know that my blood comes out very well. Now I take my 2 fingers off.
And I'm going to check it, make sure it blotted off good. And it has, yes ma'am. All right.
You're good, Jada.
Thank you. Okay. No heavy lifting for the rest of the night with this arm, okay?
I'll try.
If it should start to bleed again, just put pressure to it and hold it straight in the air until the bleeding stops.
Okay.
On the bottom of that paper is the 1-800 number. If you get sick, fever, flu-like symptoms, please give us a call and let us know so we don't pass anything along in your blood.
You don't want to do that.
No, we don't. Leave this bandage on for several
What's
hours.
the name of this stuff?
This is called Coflex.
Coflex. Thank you.
We just put it in a nice red cross for you.
I know.
We don't want you to leave this on for much longer than an hour, okay?
Oh, really? Okay.
And tell me how you feel.
I feel fine.
All right, if you feel fine, I'd like for you to go with this gentleman over to Canteen, get something to snack on and something to drink. That way I know you're okay before you leave me. And please do not forget an extra 4 8-ounce glasses,
I drink
non-alcoholic
lots of
beverages,
water.
okay?
That's my primary drink.
Okay.
Jada, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate how you were so willing to explain the whole procedure. And I'm very thankful that we can put this on television and the internet. Double thumbs up. Thank you.